Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you, all of you today. I'm Andrius Mackevičius, Head of Network Data Management Department, and my colleague Rūta Demžienė, IT Project Manager. And together we are going to introduce our journey to the JS Utility Network. Now I would like to tell some facts about the company. ESO is a part of international energy company, Ignitis Group, one of the largest in the Baltic states. The main activities is the operation, management, and the development of electricity network. It also guarantees and supply electricity and gas. In 2023, ESO served a total 1.85 million electricity customers, including 95,000 producing consumers, operated more than 120,000 kilometers of distribution lines, connected 76 new connections. In the gas distribution sector, ESO operated around 10,000 kilometers of pipelines and served 0.6 million customers. To give an idea how much the organization uses JS, I will share JS numbers. So ESO has more than 2,000 JS users compared to 2,600 total ESO employees. Heavy editors, we have 200 viewers, more than 500 viewers, web editors, more than 100, IT professionals, 11. In terms of data, the electricity JS has more than 11 million assets and generates more than 1,000 subnetworks per day, while the gas has 2 million assets and generates 50 subnetworks per day. Why we choose JS Utility Network? There are a couple reasons. So, standardized data model, rule packages describing how the network elements should connect, subnetworks, interconnection between elements, faster and wider tracing functionality, templates for networks, objects, and elements, no need to draw schemes from scratch, easier implementation, new network data. And now, Rūta.
Okay, so I'm happy to continue about our story, how we implemented that beautiful system. So a bit more technology challenges we had, why we have started that project. So as ESO operates gas distribution network and electricity distribution network, so historically we had two JS systems. Obviously we had double efforts to maintain them, develop further. So there was a need to combine the systems. In addition, systems were already outdated. We need essential technological upgrade, and the ArcGIS Enterprise newest versions looked with service-based architecture looked very good choice for us. In addition, ESO had even the third JS system. It was Small World JS and was used as integration platform with our electricity network management system. So Small World JS and network management system, they were developed by the same vendor, General Electric. They were integrated quite well. But for us was the challenge to integrate S3JS with another one JS. So from technology point of view, we needed double additional maintenance efforts, and from business side, it was quite difficult to ensure the data quality, and in order to JS system would understand the network connectivity and everything, just what is in the another one JS. So utility network extension was the answer to our problems, because it ensures all the connectivity, network rules, and so on. So because of these reasons, it was decided to just start the project, and the scope of the project was to merge two systems, two solutions into one new technology sound solution, to migrate data from both gas.js and electricity.js. Also, we needed to implement all the business use cases to support our users and to change the integrations. We had one essential integration with DMS system, network management system, and to replace all other integrations. So that was the scope of the project. And how it looked, the implementation. So overall, it took for us 4 years. So it's a long period. So initially, we started with the gas.js part. We have migrated. It took close to 2 years. And we started the gas utility network system to use. And after that, we already, with some gained experience, we continued to work on electrical JS part, which was more complex because network itself, it is more complex. So we are in production from last year, June, so already almost 1 year we're in real production usage. So these 4 years, we had very intensive work, and it was really just challenge for all the project team and for our long years JS partner in Baltic. So, but at the end we have the nice result. So a bit more about each of the work. So one of the most complicated task was just data migration. It took for us around 9 months to prepare for migration for the gas network, and around 1.5 years to really test all the procedures, all the data, how we are succeeding with migration for electrical network. So we have chosen, for electrical network, we have chosen Big Bang migration versus synchronization. Even we see that in the industry, many utilities are choosing to synchronize 2 JS systems, legacy one with new one, and then gradually to replace. So our choice was more risky, but it saved us time, and as project itself, it was quite long. So, yes, so then about the migration, we needed to decide the data model to migrate to. So for the gas network, we have chosen our custom-built data model based on utility network. For the electrical network, we have chosen utility network community built data model, which was built by 4 European electrical utilities. And this is really a very nice example how companies in industry can cooperate to work together to leverage results and help other companies to be faster in the journey. So that model supported European grid configuration and also supported International Electrotechnical Commission standard for data exchange. So this is why we wanted to use it. And currently that model is adopted by S3, is known that the Electric Utility Network Foundation, and can be used by other companies to just accelerate the implementation. Yeah, so the components of our solution. So we are using ArcGIS Pro as a tool for data editing. So we have created special templates for gas network editing, for the electricity network editing, for some other specific tasks. All other users are using web-based solutions that are available on one common portal. So we have 8 web applications for electrical network, 3 applications for gas network. And some of these applications are built by IT professionals, some of them are built by business users, so this is just because really it is not so difficult to build these solutions. Yeah, also we have mobile solutions based on GIS. So we are using it for smart metering replacement, so that it's ongoing now in Lithuania, so maybe everyone knows about it, and GIS is used for that, and as well for network inspection, some tasks. Yeah, so why we are building so many applications? So because we have a lot of users. as Andres mentioned, almost 80% of SO employees are direct users of the system. So we have field engineers, network operation department, network design department. Everyone has the specific interest and use cases in the system. So what else to mention that GIS is not a standalone solution. It is integrated in the overall enterprise system landscape and has a lot of integrations and used by almost all business processes that SO is just having. So one of the major integrations with asset management, also with network management system, with order management, with customer interactions management system, with fleet management system, with Lithuania landlord registry, and also just exporting data to SO external portal. So this bit more about each of these integrations. So with asset management, we have two asset management systems. We have gas network. For gas network, we are currently using IBM Maximo solution. For the electrical network, we still on our legacy custom-made solution. And so we have integrated GIS with IBM asset management, and now in 2-3 years planning to integrate for that electrical part. And that a bit similar to the case that the colleague from SAP discussed, that how these two systems are used. So it's the same case, just different asset management system. And the key workflows, they are just relate objects in both systems and to synchronize attributes. And then basically we have this asset management and GIS as system twins. They are based on the same network data, the same exactly object, the same information about the object, but used in different business processes. And so another one interesting and very complicated integration for us was integration with electrical network management system, which is to that system we are transferring all low voltage network data, and these data entered in GIS just are used in network management system. So as I mentioned before, we had legacy integration that was done via just another one GIS system, and of course we wanted to get rid of so many GIS systems, and for that solution we have chosen also a solution from S3 partner Similix that was able. We have used Similix SIM adapter that was allowed us to export ArcGIS utility network data to the required format, SIM format, which is standard for electrical network applications as an industry standard to be used for. So that actually really was very helpful for us, and we were able to integrate that integration without any single change on network management system. So that's, yeah, another one, other integrations. So as I mentioned, we have many other integrations. So we can see location of the customer calls about outages on the GIS map, and this is used by our control room dispatchers to understand where the outages are. We also have the direct online integration with our fleet management system, and the car location, speed, all other information about the vehicle are available for just to be seen in GIS, and we can use the fastest to find the nearest car to go in the fastest way to that outage location, if needed, the physical presence of engineers. We also have integration with order management system, and we can show the location of the new customer orders to connect to the network, to the grid, and really using it for evaluating and understanding the technical possibilities. Yeah, so what else then? We have also integrations to external SO portal, and that it's available for all customers to see plant outages or to see the substations. If they want to connect their own energy sources, then they can see availability of the just capacity. Yeah, and some information about the lessons learned and from the project. So one of the most important lesson is the data quality. So utility network itself has very good rules just to ensure that data are entered in the right way. But when you are migrating, you really need to have the good data in order to have good start. So here we were very lucky, but this is important to take into account. Another lesson is just, let's see, we have automated subnetwork creations, and it really speeds up the work after migration and in daily editing. What else? Training for the users is also very important to ensure they understand well how everything should be entered. And of course, sufficient time for post-production support, because the best training is to do the work. And another one, for such a huge system, the performance is always issue. So they're really important to understand the right infrastructure sizing, how it should be, and also try to be always on the newest ArcGIS versions and apply newest patches, as we really see big improvements and new features that really are very valuable. Yeah, so I will hand over to Andrius to finalize our presentation.
Okay, coming back to the business side. So what is the value of utility network to a business? Standardized data model templates for network objects or elements, rule sets, subnetworks, or interfaces between network elements enable and streamline business processes and add value. Network planning and easy adaptation for energy transformation processes, preparing the distribution network to the transformation processes. New customers using GIS utility network data in combination with robotic processes automation, faster of connection condition issuing, free power and connection maps. Customers can access by themselves the capacity of PV. Fault mapping and tracing, the customers can register or check if a fault has been already registered, reducing the numbers customers calls or inquiries. Faster and for more accurate acceptance of renewable projects, contract works. More accurate designs and faster delivery, customer satisfaction and reduced numbers of referrals. More efficient troubleshooting of gas network faults, accurate and timely customer information. More efficient physical troubleshooting and outages, and enabling ADMS FLIR operation of electricity network, accurate and timely customer information. Data validation between different information systems. Integration of a GIS utility network with asset management system for electricity, TEVIS, and the asset management system for the gas, IBM Maximo. An accurate data source for network planning and modeling system, NIPLAN. GIS utility network data is used as a source for 60 operational Power BI reports. And the last one, improving the key business KPIs like Net Promoter Score, SAIDI, SAIFI, and Total Recordable Incident Rate. Now about project team and partners. More than 50 people worked on project. The main partners in the project were Ignit Baltic and Ignitis Group Service Center, but no less was important Similix, which helped to implement the ADMS integration. Other partners who helped realize the integration were Atea, Troja, SBS, and Fresh Media. Thanks to all of them. What's next? Automated solution for planning of new customers' connection, issuing connection conditions. Integration with network planning and modeling system NIPLAN. Integration with meter data management. GIS utility model extend to include flow calculations DPF, and power plant management for ADMS. To change integration asset management from TEVIS to IBM Maximo, and use machine learning, artificial intelligence, or robotic processes to automate data entry or editing JS utility, and many more improvements. I did a micro survey to get a sense how JS utility network users feels about using JS utility network, and asked them to share their examples. We had to answer in one sentence, which I want to share now with you. Successfully developed a new power-based solution using JS utility network data and its logic and structure. Dirty area functionality allows to see and fix errors immediately. Precise connection conditions, tracing capability enable much faster and more objective decision making. And the last one, more transparent look at the world of electricity and gas.